Out Front with Vince Noble, the weekly podcast that gives emerging leaders and career transitioning individuals the information and inspiration to thrive and become their best. Available wherever you download or listen to your podcasts.
There is a new weapon in the fight against COVID-19. The Valoro Company provides NASA-based active pure technology air purifiers that rapidly eliminate 99.9% of airborne SARS-CoV-2 viruses from your immediate environment. This amazing advanced technology filtering system was first developed for use by the NASA Space Shuttle program, and now to help meet the curable demand of the global pandemic crises. This amazing technology is made available at affordable pricing to the general public for your home or place of business use. For more information, contact US Asia OT and Majestics LLC at 689-222-8900 or 312-200-0109. Or email subject information@usasiaonlinetrade@gmail.com.
Welcome to this episode of the Out Front Podcast with host Vince Noble, the podcast that gives emerging leaders and career transitioning individuals the information and inspiration to thrive and become their best. For sponsorship and advertisement opportunities, please contact info@nobleresolutions.com. And now, your host, Vince Noble.
I want to acknowledge each and every one of you who is stepping into your authentic power today.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Out Front Podcast, the show that gives emerging leaders and career transitioning individuals the information and inspiration to thrive and become their best. I am your host, Vince Noble. Hey, I am super excited you decided to spend some of your time with me on today. We'll be diving all in on how to develop the mental endurance and stamina to steer through difficult times. We have a lot to unpack in this episode, so let's go. If success were free, everyone would have it. But any successful individual will tell you they had to put in enough productive work before they receive anything, any type of return on their investment. There's one thing you can't go without if you want to succeed in any area of life, and that's hard work. Yes, success takes hard work. I'm talking about focused and consistent work, day in and day out. You see, this means saying no to distractions for a long period of time. You see, that's not wanting fast results, but being patient and believing in the process. You see, yes, even changing your approach and strategies at times and trying new things when necessary. You see, while sticking to your original vision and always keeping it in your mind. Everybody likes a winner. And it's not just the fact that they're winners. It's the way they secure the win. The near heroic feats that allow them to come out on top. The hours of hard work. The dedication and discipline that makes them a winner. You see, they are the ones we look up to. From the athletes we idolize to the hard-working entrepreneurs we admire. Yes, you can become a great success too. Yes, you can become a great success too by reaching for the extraordinary. Yes, beloved, I still believe that this year will still be the year that many of you will begin to manifest the kinds of things you've been looking to manifest for a long time now. Talent always pays off, but talent only pays off if one's apply it. Hard work has one thing that talent doesn't have. That's experience. Yes, hard work is an essential key to your success. Achievements without hard work are impossible. An idle person can never gain anything if they sit and wait for anything to happen or any better opportunity to come. Yes, beloved, I say today to you, if not now, then when? You see, the person who is working hard will eventually achieve success and happiness in life. How so? Because of the commitment to do whatever it takes. You see, perseverance is the hard work you do after you get tired of doing the hard work you already did. It's easy to make promises, but it's hard work to keep them. You see, perseverance is the hard work you do after you get tired of doing the hard work you already did. Yes, beloved, perseverance is the hard work you do after you get tired of doing the hard work you already did. What goes along with that is the self-belief and hard work will always earn you success. Yes. And so at the end of the day, it's all about how hard you've worked on the right things, the things which get you closer to your goals, your dreams, and your ambitions. You see, average people spend a great deal of time waiting for things to happen. They make countless excuses in order to postpone taking action and are distracted all the time. Yes, but you remain focused on the things that you're seeking to do. People with goals, on the other hand, always do something and try new stuff to move forward. This way, they're creating opportunities that many individuals simply do not see. Yes, beloved, listen, it's a universal law that the more you're focused on something and take action connected to it, the more doors you open and the more life gives you chances to get closer to your dreams. Yes, beloved, it's taking massive and intentional actions each and every day to get you closer to your dreams. So I want to encourage many of you today to reconnect with your biggest dreams. Believe that it's still possible and focus on it and take massive intentional action until you bring it to pass. But in the face of that obstacle, the person with the right attitude that remained positive, which motivated rather than gave submission in a way, and eventually they rose to the top. Yes, they in the face of adversity, with the right attitude, they was able to rise yet still to the top. Yes, beloved, it is. Positive thinking is about more than helping you through tough times. Positive self-talk rather than negative self-talk can actively reduce your stress levels, giving you greater physical and mental health and a greater capacity to perform to your maximum potential. And it is the best part is that there aren't any neutrally positive or naturally negative people. You see, your thoughts and your self-talk can be controlled and practiced, meaning a positive attitude is something you can and should create for yourself. It's intentional in the face of negativity. Yes, beloved, I want to share with you today, it is intentional in the face of negativity, in the face of adversity, to create for yourself a positive attitude and the positive habits that take you closer to your goals, your ambitions, and your dreams. It is very intentional in the face of negativity. You see, it is our habits that make us who we are over time. Our repeated action become automatic and or secondary to our nature. And once we're in the groove, it's nearly impossible to break the chain. Yes, beloved, with bad habits like sleeping through your first alarm or working through your breaks, this unbroken chain can come to destroy you. But with positive habits like regularly reading or fact-checking all of your work, this unbroken chain can lead you to success. Though many habits form unconsciously through our natural actions, it is possible to create ongoing habits for yourself. Yes, beloved, today I want to share with you the key to creating these habits is consistency. If you want to start doing something every day, you must force yourself to start doing it on a daily basis. And don't allow yourself to slip into the first week after a few rounds of consistent effort. You see, it will become easier as time goes along. You see, breaking bad habits can be tougher because it is entirely within your power. A great many of individuals are sabotaging their futures because of the bad habits and the individuals in their inner circles. Yes, beloved, it is those bad habits and attitudes and the individuals in your inner circle, people in your circle that don't challenge you to think differently and to do better. And so the real problem becomes the fact that you have subconsciously been programmed to settle for whatever happens or does not happen in the group. Yes, beloved, you're good with following the herd. Yeah, many individuals today, they are good with just following the herd. Not many will ever admit to that fact, but their actions tell all. It's the herd mentality, the pack mentality, the standby mentality that is hurting not only individuals around you, it is hurting yourself. You see, this is a dangerous place. This is a dangerous place to be in. The herd mentality, the pack mentality, the stand-by mentality. This is a dangerous place. You are more or less influenced by your circle of friends and subconsciously adopt to certain behaviors on a primarily emotional rather than a rational level. Yes, beloved, you begin to make different decisions than you would have individually. You see, the herd mentality, it is with the herd mentality, no one wants to be the first to break out. No one wants to be the first to start to think differently. No one wants to be the first to start engaging a different type of dialogue, to stand out in some way. This is how individuals become radicalized. And this is how individuals are led away from their personal goals and their dreams and their own ambitions. You see, that's why you can show me your contact list in your phone, the individuals that you text the most, the individuals that you communicate the most on your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook. And when I get to know the 5 people you spend the most time with, texting and talking with and communicating with, once I get to know the 5 people, once I know the most that you spend the most time with in your email and your text and those things, I'll show you your future. You see, wherever you are in your journey, it's a reality that change is hard. Yes, wherever you are, the reality of changing can be hard. And often, we're all gung-ho at first. But then the daily grind sets in. We lose our positive attitude. We lose our enthusiasm. We lose our motivation for forming those good habits that's going to take us closer to our goals and our dreams and our ambitions. And we revert to old ways of doing things. You see, our brain becomes somewhat like a lawyer. Our brains are like lawyers. They need evidence. And we are crazy good at finding evidence of how stuck we are. But we're not good at finding evidence for our brain how powerful we are, or that we are capable of changing our lives. But beloved, by doing small things consistently, you're giving your brain evidence. You're giving it reason to believe that what you want is still possible. But if you're always in this reaction mode, you're kept in a lower state. And whether you believe it or not, the people that you hang around with, the people that you commute and communicate with on a daily basis, the things that you are feeding your brain on a daily basis have more of an influence and impact on your life than you believe. You see, there's no change without taking a note of it, without recognizing it, without coming to some level of consciousness about the things that you know you need to change in your life that's going to bring about the change that you're seeking in your life. But many of us have to still change the way we think. We have to be willing to change our perspectives, to change our mindset. There is no growth without change. But you have to be willing to change your personal habits, change your expectations, change your mindset, change your influences. No change come about without a loss. But you have to be willing to take a loss. And taking a loss is the things that you have become comfortable with. But it's going to take a change. It's going to take a change in your attitude. It's going to take a change in you willing to do whatever you need to do to form the positive habits that's going to bring about the kind of change that you're seeking in your life, to bring about the type of value that you're seeking to bring the value, not only to yourself, but the world and those around you. You see, beloved, for a vast majority of individuals, as soon as things get tough in their lives, they start doubting themselves. They start thinking that they may not make it, stressing and worrying, imagining things that may go wrong in the worst way in the future. You see, the human mind is the most powerful tool we own, but it can also be the most destructive. You see, beloved, your mind is going to provide you your most significant challenges in life because it is so powerful. So if you can conquer your mind, you can pretty much conquer anything else around you, literally. You see, you have to learn to speak the language. Yes, listen, beloved, thought and emotion become one. You see, asking is not merely done with the voice, but thought, emotion, and action create the electrical charge to appropriate or obtain the desired result. You see, if you feel as if your prayers have already happened, be enveloped in your thoughts, in your emotions, where they truly become one. You see, what I've come to understand is that learning to believe in yourself will open up endless possibilities in your life. At times, you may find this difficult to do. The truth is that we've been conditioned throughout our lives, many of us, to doubt ourselves. But we must retrain ourselves to get rid of our fears and self-doubt in order to build self-esteem and self-confidence. You see, most adults themselves will never get to the point of understanding this because they don't recognize the problem. Believe it's possible. Believe that you can do it regardless of what anyone else says, or where you are in your life, or what side of the railroad track you grew up on. Think about exactly what your life will look like if you had already achieved your dream. Yes, you got to begin to visualize. You got to begin to see it. So see it as if it has already happened. In other words, act as if. In other words, always act in a way that is consistent with where you want to go. Take actions towards your goals. Don't let fear stop you. Nothing happens in life until you take action. In order to believe in your life and yourself, you first have to believe that what you want is possible. We respond to what the brain says based on previous experience and what the brain expects to happen next. In fact, the mind is such a powerful instrument, it can deliver literally everything you want through the power of positive expectations. What are your expectations today, beloved? What are you expecting to happen in your life today, tomorrow, this week? You see, this is the importance of always holding a positive expectation that what you want is going to happen. It is merely a choice and a discipline of mind. The ordinary person that believes and made to believe in his mind and discipline himself, he's able to do and to make extraordinary decisions that has led him to leading that extraordinary life. One of the most effective ways to establish a successful mindset is to act as if you are already the kind of person who has created the ideal life you want to live. It is the most effective way to establish a successful mindset, and that is to act as if you already are the kind of person who has created the ideal life you want to live. Ask yourself, beloved, if you have already achieved your dream, what kind of person would you be? Who would you have as your friends? What type of clothes would you be wearing? How would you act? How would you treat others? What impact on the world would you have? You see, whatever actions you identify, start taking them now. By acting as if you will become the kind of person who is capable of creating the kind of success you want. And this will trigger your subconscious mind to find creative ways to achieve your goals. I've noticed this is where a lot of people get stuck. You see, you can understand all these principles, and you can set your goals and say your affirmations and do your visualizations. But ultimately, nothing happens if you don't take action on them. The biggest reason most people don't achieve their goals and realize their dreams is that they don't take action. And the number one reason people don't take action is because of their fear. Fear is normal, my friend. Fear is very normal. And as soon as you experience fear, that is the time you need to take action. Remember, when you believe in yourself and believe success is possible for you, and take action on that belief, your life will begin to magically unfold, and you will discover that the universe will guide you and support you in ways that you did never imagine. Consciously and subconsciously, you'll begin to recognize opportunities Yes, you'll begin to recognize opportunities that you would have usually not seen in the past. You have put your passions to the side for too long. It doesn't matter what anyone says. You can or whatever they said you can or cannot do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what opinions others have for you. Yes. It doesn't matter what they think about your life and what they consider possible. If you believe in yourself, then anything is possible. But you see, you'll discover that most people are bloated with opportunity. Yes, they are bloated with ordinary thoughts and mindset. They're so full of average, just being average. They're so full of just being okay. Yes, they're so full of just being average that they have no room. They have no appetite for greatness. But you have to prove it to yourself that if you want it bad enough, it's got to hurt. Yes, it's got to hurt you not to get it. It's got to hurt you not to achieve it. It's got to hurt you not to obtain what you're trying to accomplish. And that's when you're going to learn to conquer your mind. Your mind will no longer be able to say no. Your mind will not be able to say no. You see, beloved, it starts with if you're honestly seeking any level of clarity and success in your life, you have to begin to grow into becoming somewhat comfortable with challenging your assumptions and questioning your behaviors, your actions, your motives, and your intent. At points along the way continually, you must ask yourself some very essential questions. And the first of which is to challenge, what are you doing? You see, what are you doing? And this will cause you to stay focused on what is necessary and if whether or not you're doing the right things. What are you doing? And are you doing the right things? Yes, it's becoming extremely mindful of how you deplete or use your time and energy. Are the actions that you have chosen today, the critical task, if you will, are they leading to the kind of success you are seeking in your life, or are they pulling you further away? You see, it is you, the individual, that must in fact define your success in truth. Have you begun to identify your level of success? What do you see today? You see, personal identification is when you start to open up to a space where the real breakthrough moment occurs. You see, beloved, behavior is what we do. It's action. But to benefit the most from our activities, we must first understand ourselves on a higher level. Our attitudes control feelings. Feelings control what we do. You see, your attitude controls your perspective to which you see your situation, the circumstance, and everything around you. So the question becomes, why didn't you perform X, Y, or Z? And the response is because, well, I didn't feel like it. Yes, beloved, feelings are an emotional state, but let's us identify why. So it was your attitude which controlled your behavior, which is the actionable steps you're willing to take, which either leads to success, remain where you are, or in some cases, further away. You see, when we develop certain beliefs, even into adulthood, These beliefs are formed subconsciously as a result of perpetual programming. And some of our programmings are more severe than others. But the fact is, we are all programmed to varying degrees, either to the positive or negative. We all are bombarded continuously with other people's thoughts and ideas, and so-called social media influence us. But what are these individuals genuinely encouraging people to be, know, and do? Is it to motivate individuals to become more of their authentic selves, or to make them idolized or godlike in some way over other individuals? But the cumulative psychological impact of the media, books, TV, music, adverse news reports, our parents, coaches, the formal school system, in some way, it all has to be assessed on a continual basis, on a continual individual basis. And the truth is, not everyone is impacted the same way. That's the unexplainable phenomenon here. Programming either leads to positive or negative results that are not always identifiable on the surface initially. And so the self-talks on a subconscious level, which we are not always aware, but is the developmental stage of developing patterns of behavior that are keeping you stuck or keeping you at a certain level of attainment. There has to be a change in many of our programming. You see, beloved, we tend to pass along the same level of programming to others that create a self-belief that creates both individual failure and worship of others in some way. That's on a subconscious level. So it is essential to understand that everything you tell yourself about yourself, you direct the subconscious mind to make, to fashion, to create the person you've described. And so the real effects of positive reprogramming, you began to see a real shift in your life as you see more. You'll end up being more. You'll end up doing more, creating more, and eventually accomplishing more. Because you, beloved, you are in fact worthy. You still matter. You are still a valuable earthen vessel positioned to be used.
We certainly hope that you enjoyed today's episode, so make sure to join our Facebook group, Out Front with Vince Noble. And don't forget to comment, rate, share, and subscribe on the Apple Podcast or wherever you listen to download your podcast. Until next time, remember, you still get to write your own life story.